doesn't stop being that way. And I mean, granted, I actually feel for so long, but son of a bitch,
Why? That's something to be proud of.
it's
Pain. You're
unwavering.
supposed to adapt.
Well, he's unwavering with it. Like every day is. I can guarantee you, he'll do the same shit every day, unwavering with that same stupid ass smile on his face, like expecting someone to laugh with him. No one else does. Like,
Yeah, it's not commendable. That's more of like bitch.
well, and today, because I had to pass out something for like a fucking thing to tell everybody, hey, if you drink 8 barrels of water a day, or 8 or 64 ounces of water today, you are entered in for this drawing to win this fucking prize that you're never gonna use and probably never gonna win. But hey, I have to tell you this because we're trying to get you to drink water because it's hot as fuck now and we don't want you dying. Anyways, after I get done doing this, he comes back with a Mountain Dew. And I was like, hey, you know, this water thing, you're supposed to be drinking water. And he was like, I haven't seen you drink water that much in like the past few months. and I looked at him and I was like, okay. He was like, I want a Mountain Dew. I was like, okay. He's like, sir, it's Diet Mountain Dew, so it's okay. I just kept interrupting him with okay, and then I just went on with my business. So I was like, fuck you, dive heat straight then.
You kind of had a point.
You dehydrated. Get dehydrated then, motherfucker. See what I care. I'm just trying to help.
Oh,
and
man.
doing this thing.
I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, dude. I'm freaking hungry.
I need to start bringing food to work so I can stop trying to buy food.
Yeah, buying food's expensive.
It really
when I used to work night shift,
I'm gonna do it tomorrow and probably buy some like stuff that I can carry for work.
When I used to work night shift, I'd spend like $20 a night, dude. It was awful.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
But now that I work during the day, I have like the accessibility of our cafeteria, and it's so much better.
I really would love a first shift job, but the only problem with that is I wouldn't be up now. I would have to be asleep by now. Like,
I mean, your body adjusts.
It would be, and it would be fine. I wouldn't have time to be up with anybody that I talk to, which is basically just Alex. And you whenever you're off.
I was about to say, well, you'd be on my schedule, but sometimes you don't like talking to me. I mean, I guess I'm
That's
like...
not true.
I mean,
that's not true at all.
I feel like everybody has their moments, you know what I mean? Like...
Well,
like,
no.
I can't tolerate Ryan all the time.
I thought you couldn't tolerate him at all.
No, I barely can. I've played, like, Fallout 76 with him, and he's tolerable when I guess it's just me and him, but...
He's tough.
He hates you and Alex.
Why?
Because he said that you guys were constantly bailing on him, not telling him when you were on. And I was like, have you ever thought that maybe it's your personality? And then he stopped talking to me.
So,
nope.
Here's the fucking thing.
I know the story.
I never tell it. Yeah, I never tell anybody I own. And
yeah,
it's not just him, and he thinks it's exclusive. He thinks he's something fucking like special.
Yeah, he thinks everybody's singling him out.
Yeah. And like, Braxton's like, you gotta apologize to Ryan. I'm like, I didn't fucking do anything. Fuck him. If he wants to come talk to me, he knows where I am.
Tom.
Like, I literally have 100 things better to do with my day than try to bullshit with somebody like that.
I mean, you're not in high school.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I just still consider him a good person. He's just going through something right now. He'll do it over one day. Maybe he can come play with me.
Maybe
I don't
is
have anything
special.
against him. The only thing keeping him from me playing with him is him.
Special, Dad. Dahlia, can you stop crying, please? She's got a black baby in her hands around, like her hands around its neck. And she just threw it on the ground. Poor little black baby. All right. Anyway, no, he's like that. I mean. You don't owe him any apology. He's kind of an asshole anyway. I told him, I was like, you know what? I was like, I wouldn't hang out with you either if you talked to me the way you talked to Alex. He's like, no, Alex knows I'm just joking and all this. And I was like, I mean, yeah, but there's a point where I was telling Alex, or no, I was telling Tyler, because Tyler was like, you don't like Ryan, do you? Because he noticed that I don't join up in a party with him when it's him and Ryan. And I was like, Ryan is okay sometimes, but You guys are in a group like that. I know how he is. Yeah, he wants to be like the spotlight. He wants to be the center of attention. He wants to be. Stop being a little cunt, Dahlia, please. I've really got a headache from you today.
Well,
But
here's the thing. The last thing we talked to Ryan, Braxton was like, oh well, you might as well just come play with me since these two don't want to play with you, and we invited him so we could play together, and then he was like, well, they're playing something else, so you should as well come play with me because you ain't got any other friends. He was like, I don't have to play with you guys. I have other friends. He was like, oh fuck you, you don't have any other friends, and then Ryan leaves, and then I'm like, and that's
yeah,
the last
and then
thing
he like
I remember
removed
saying to him.
everybody. Yeah, he removed.
Yeah,
everybody.
and I'm like, well, fuck that. I don't care about that. I mean, like, shit, I want us to be friends, and I consider him a friend still, but otherwise, I'm not just gonna be like, I'm not just gonna like go out of my way to be like, oh, I'm sorry that you had a tantrum one day.
Yeah. Just immature. It doesn't matter. It's not like
Yeah,
it's not worth the trouble to even like think about, to be honest. I wouldn't deal with it. But Dahlia, come on. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell on the mic. Dad, how you been doing, man? You haven't talked to me in a good hot minute. Things going well on your end, you Brazilian bastard?
Sorry, man. Busy days.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm glad to see you here now. Makes me feel special that you took a little bit of time out of your busy day to come say hi.
Ask Dad if he has any friends that play Final Fantasy.
No,
I don't
he
think he
doesn't
does.
play. Yeah, he doesn't play weeb games.
Yeah. Well, it's not a Wii game.
It is a weeb game. It's very anime.
I mean, but it's not. So it's got the fashion of anime, but it doesn't have like anime. It's not coerced with anime. It just
Well,
looks anime.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, you're right if you're saying it's not directly associated with an anime. But, ow, I just fell. Not really. I kind of tripped and then almost killed my daughter, but that's okay. I'm having another, not daughter, but son. So I can use him as a warrior.
I mean, bloodline is.
The bloodline's continuing is what's important.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yes, I mean, like, it's fine.
But anyway, no. But by anime, I mean associated with like Japanese art and that style of storytelling. Let's see.
That's fair.
Cooper.
Does he live like near Rio though?
Yeah, I think he lives in Rio, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a friend that's like near there on Final Fantasy.
That's awesome.
So I was just wondering. I was just like, maybe.
I mean, it's a big city.
Yeah, it is. But I still want to know. Like, I've got that like little voices where like I can connect the pieces and I can.
Dahlia. Sorry, I had to mute my mic so I could slap her.
Yes, it is.
I got a new chicken called Koopa the Cock. Pretty happy with him. Hey, little Koopa the Cock.
Creme de la creme. Where the hell is it?
I guess he's like talking to Gabe or something. Damn, hold on a second. Alright, sorry.
You're good. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, it pisses me off. She's like such an asshole. She's been such an ass. Like, it'd be different if she was like really upset, but she's not. She's just being an asshole.
It's completely fine. Kids are kids, and they'll be kids until they're not kids.
Anyway, Alex just told me that him and Gabe are moving stuff or something.
So what?
Alex and Gabe are moving stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
Tell Alex I said hi.
Alex isn't around right now, but I will tell him that you said hi. We were talking about you the other day.
Gossip tisk tisk tisk.
Gossip. We're not gossiping, we're just talking. Well, no, Alex just texted me and told me what he was doing. We're not gossiping about Alex.
Of course not. Why would we ever do that?
Actually, I don't like
There's
shit
no
like
real
that.
reason. There's no real reason to gossip about Alex, or we just like talk,
Yeah,
like, say what we want
we-
to in front of his fucking face, and he won't do jack shit about it.
Well,
Nah.
I'm not gonna say
No, you
alright.
two were
but,
gossiping about me.
No, I can't remember what we were saying. We're saying we missed you or something. I don't know.
I remember the conversation. They said that you were a poopy head.
Poopy head. That's exactly what
Yeah,
we
just
said.
straight up. Just straight up. Like that was like that's uncalled for. Dad worked
Take it.
hard in his life.
Dad
and,
works
he
hard
just-
to abandon us. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like, this is why, too. This is why Dad does fucking love us, Christian. Because keep calling him poopy head.
well, what can I say? Old habits die hard. You know they're making a
Yeah.
new Power Rangers movie?
Tommy? Is it the one
Yeah,
like
Tommy.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy in it, like, actually?
Yeah.
I didn't
Jason
know that.
David
That's pretty
Frank, yeah. Yep,
cool.
they're
Tommy was an
doing it.
asshole if we really think about it.
Well, he was like mind controlled, wasn't he?
I got, like, the first season.
Yeah. How do we remember this? Because I know, like, Mighty Morphin came out in '97, and I'm the oldest
I
of our
don't know.
friend group.
We're the same age.
When were you born?
1997, May 12th.
Okay, I'm older. Bitch. Try again.
By how? By how long,
February.
though? A few months.
Yeah.
No,
Try
we call
again.
you Christian. No, we call you Christian. We call you a basic bitch. Back in my old country.
Dude, I'm so hungry. I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich so bad.
Go get one.
Nah, man. I'm trying to water my fucking plants, dog.
You can pause.
No. This is real life.
Pausing in real life. Don't get a pause button, dude. If you had a pause button, would you tell you that?
Oh, yeah. I'd pause
I mean,
the
obviously,
shit
right?
I would pause the shit.
Yeah, like-
I do so many nefarious things.
I mean, I would just pause it and like leave it there for a few days, and then like decide on what I want to do. Like, so here's
Boy.
the thing, though.
I'd rob the shit out of banks. I'd like. I don't know,
Have you ever had a lucid dream?
talking about like astral projecting and shit like that? No.
Well, like,
Like where I
well,
can
no, like,
about like
where you
dreams that are
know-
so real.
well, you know. Okay, so you're in the dream, right? And you
Uh-huh.
know it's a dream, and you like fuck with shit like in the dream because you're like, oh, this is a dream. I can do whatever I want, and then like you start to like control the dream.
Sort of, but like not to the extent where I really controlled the dream. More of I didn't really care what happened. Most of the dreams I have, I know they're not real, but for some reason I think they have some kind of importance.
So I've had like the 2 lucid dreams in my life. One lucid dream, I was like, I was like walking outside with my grandmother, and I was like, or my mama, and I was like, wait a minute, I was asleep, and now I'm on here dreaming okay, cool. You're not real. I kick the door goes flying across the road, and I'm like, haha. And then I
Oh my
just start like,
god.
then I just start fucking with everything. I take a tree and I like start hitting all my neighbors' mailbox with a fucking tree. And I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh shit. My head started hurting. I was like, ah, that's weird. But
Really fucked up your brain, dude. Like picking up
Yeah.
that
Want
tree.
your dreams to go
yeah,
wild.
but
Take Venlay vaccine.
but I was able to do a little bit, but I went to go punch someone, like literally was like going to kill them in like one single hit punch, and then I was like, I had the wind up for it so ready, and then as soon as I was like, that could be actually real. I don't want to hurt somebody. I was like, and then I was like, oh shit, and then I woke up and I was like, fuck. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have continued the punch.
Dad said, if you want wild dreams, take this fucking medication. Hold on. Venlafaxine. There's a lot of,
Vaccine.
yeah. Don't take it. Dad's a drug
No,
man.
that,
He likes narcotics.
I was gonna,
He wants to
I'm
die.
I'm not gonna take fucking like thing that gives me weird dreams. But,
Although Dahlia needs some fucking Venlafaxine or whatever.
in the crossing.
It's a joke. I would never drug my baby. Anyway.
Do you have to tell that as a joke? I mean, we all know you wouldn't do it.
Well, I'm not saying I would.
Venlay vaccine mirdazepine.
There's a lot of pain relievers that'll give you wild dreams. I don't know if it's your everyday life, but okay.
This was like a sleepwalking. I didn't know what I was doing, because before I had a room to my own, my mom I slept on the couch like near my mom-all's room, and me and my papa both got sick at the same time, so the doctor prescribed us both the same cough medicine, so we both took it. So according to her, I got up on the couch and started like waving my hands like I had a samurai sword, and then she was like,
Those
what are you
are
doing, boy?
antidepressants,
Go to
but
sleep.
Venlay
And then apparently
vaccine
I
can be
like sheathed
psychosis
it like the
inducing.
samurai. And then I just like back down and went to sleep. She said that Papa like did the same thing too. Like he stood up from his bed, and like started waving cars in, cause like for a car wash, as he used to work at a car wash.
Mhm.
And she was like, yeah, y'all don't need to take that cough medicine ever again. And I was like, I guess I'm not gonna take the cough medicine again, but I'm still sick. It was bad. It was a bad time.
Oh. Well. Dad, anything you take that alters your moods or attitudes or mental chemistry is going to have some weird side effects, so.
Yeah, for real though.
Not saying that it's not needed or worth it. Brain chemistry is a very fickle thing.
It really is like.
Well, I mean, that's okay. My interest in psychology has always been like, it's been like what part of it is actually created by us, and then what part is actually a chemical imbalance. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
weird synapses, or something in the brain's not working properly. That's always been my interest in psychology, is because like there's a bridge somewhere, and I think we can bridge that gap. It's just the thing is like we know so little about the brain, even though we know so much about it.
Yeah,
like we know how the brain operates. We just haven't figured out exactly everything that works. Like we know that the way we feel and the way we think is because of synapses and electric pulses going through nerve endings. It's all that shit. But like we don't know why, and like we can't exactly map it out correctly. We just have like really educated, because you hear about people all the time who get fucking rods and shit through their brain and still live a completely normal life.
Yeah. There's like I don't know.
That's one of the few things that have kept me relatively spiritual. But like I say relatively because I'm using that term very loosely, because I do believe that one day we can find out if mentality has any spiritual side effect or not. You know what I mean? Like if there is any kind of like spirituality, I think we'll be able to answer that question maybe by the time I'm an old man.
That'd be cool as fuck though. Like for real.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to give everybody a definite answer. Is there a God, or is there any kind of like spirituality we can prove? Because
I think so too.
I mean, for real, I mean, I would rather, even if I was still spiritual, I'd rather be proven wrong than like to be living in mystery. Like for me now, the scariest thing is like being wrong, and that's the reason I'm still spiritual, because I'm open to the possibility of being wrong about not being like a Christian. Dahlia, can you stop crying? You're gonna make me lose my religion. I'm gonna fucking beat you.
I'm
gonna lose the religion I don't have. Stop it. Anyway, no, like that's one of the things. 'Cause I do believe it's a possibility that there's something out there. Well, I hope to God there's something out there greater than us, because we're cool and all, but like we suck at the same time.
No, yeah, 100%. I was like, as soon as I get to heaven, because I still believe, like 100%.
Right,
I was like, as soon as I get to heaven, I'm just gonna be like, why? Why? There's so much. Why?
Why do we suck so much?
Why are we such fucking terrible things?
Well, I mean, like I told you that one day we were talking about it, you know, like one of the reasons I don't believe is because, like, how could you allow such bullshittery to go on?
Yeah, I remember that.
What the fuck?
And that's, I mean, like, I know the allowance of it. I just want to know 100%, like, what's the... Just...
One thing all psychologists
Why?
are gonna tell you is that you
The
can't
only
fight
thing I just-
chemistry.
Why?
Hold on one second. Let me read this. One thing else I'm going to tell you is that you can't fight chemistry. Yeah, no, you definitely can't. I mean, like, chemistry that's the one thing. Sorry, my dad said, one thing that all psychologists will tell you is that you can't fight chemistry. I agree with that 100%. It doesn't matter how, like, depressed somebody is and how much you infer to them that you point out all the good things in their life. If they're chemically depressed, I mean, you telling them their life is great and then pointing out all the great things about their life, if anything, is just going to make them feel worse, because they're going to be like, I mean, for me, when I'm, like, really depressed...
No, I agree.
When it makes me feel like a shitty person for being depressed.
Because you're like, life is so great, so why am I depressed? I'm a fucking awful person for feeling this way, even though everything's great.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Smacks me in the face.
That's definitely like something that I agree with 100%. Is you can't fight chemistry, but there are types of depression that aren't chemical. It's more situational. Like, I was listening to Dr. Phil, and I know that's kind of gay or whatever, but I was listening to actually like a podcast he was a guest on, and because he's still a psychologist. He's a very brilliant guy away from TV. He's very old-fashioned, I've learned. Like, he has, like, some really old-fashioned beliefs, but that's, he's old. He's an older guy. But he does have a very astute belief in, like, people that are mentally, like, hurting, because of like, traumatizations and stuff like that. He's like, people think they're crazy because they're depressed about, like, normal things like that, like, my family died, or, I lost my dog, or something like that. And... He made this brilliant statement that like resonates with me. He said, the thing is if something horrible happens to you, that's normal to feel terrible. Like, you should feel terrible. What you should be worried about is if you don't feel terrible when something crazy like that happens to you. That would mean there's something wrong with you, Say, like, your entire family dies in a fire and then you go out and just, like, fucking start dating immediately. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. You're either denying that. So, a lot of psychiatrists say you're displacing your emotions and trying to ignore them into making yourself feel better, which is really unhealthy. But
yeah, I was gonna say that's an unhealthy, whether people do that or willing, conscious, because some people just want to get over it. You know what I mean? Like me, one of my big problems is just like, I don't want to say feeling attachment for things, but it's really easy for me to just be like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
but that's something I work on, and that's.
No, yeah.
But some people do it subconsciously. I don't feel like mine's subconscious. I feel like mine's consciously because I don't like disappointment, so I try to avoid it by just being like I didn't care about it anyway. And
Yeah,
so mine's
but-
conscious, but like some people do it subconsciously, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading. Down. But
no, you're fine. I was typing, but I don't know. Like for me personally, I don't like conflict, and I don't like abandonment, and I don't. So I just try to ignore it the best way that I can by not letting anybody in and by talking to as little people as always. As always, so I try to reject people before they reject me. So I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You are not my friend, you are not my dad, and you're not my sister. Out of my life. And
So wait. So you're pulling that short guy syndrome that one guy did on the fucking. It's like you are not God or my boss or my dad. So you don't have an opinion. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, that guy. What you pull? No. I think one problem with life, and this is one thing with like. I hate it when older people say this, but I'm going to say it because I don't say it a lot. But I think one of the biggest problems with like the new generation is they're really good at shutting things out. It's easy to block things out. Like the only time I ever block people on like social media is if they're actually like threatening harm on my family or me.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't block things I don't like out. You know what I mean? Because that's part of life. You know, like, and learning to deal with that is part of life. Like when it comes to, like disappointment and like, just in overall hearing things that you don't agree with, or you can't. And like, it's kind of like I tell people this is really a controversial opinion that I have. I have so few, but one of the most controversial I have is I don't like transgender for one reason in particular. It's nothing to do with like the people themselves, or I don't believe you can be hormonally imbalanced, because that's very true. I do believe that you can be born with more estrogen than testosterone as a male, and your body develops differently because of that, or even your mind is developing differently because of that. And it can happen at any time because we live in a fucked up world where it seems like now more than ever our endocrine systems are like way more off whack because of the way food's being produced. And that's the reason why so many women have like ovarian cysts, and they have to get like a lot of, because I see it daily in the hospital, like women our age. Now you don't hear anything about like 80-something-year-olds that have to have like, you know, the complete what do they call that when they get their uterus taken out? I don't remember, but like you don't hear about 80-year-olds or anything doing that. It's like our generation. 18 years of exposure to like tampered food is what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's what it's from, because it's really, or maybe it's cell phone usage. Something is fucking us up. So I think it's very possible that there's some kind of dysphoria being caused by like modern technology or food practices or something. Not being a conspiracy theorist, I'm just saying like that's a very strong possibility. But anyway, my problem with trans is not that, but it's the belief that something's wrong, so I'm just going to change it and everybody has to abide by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Agree.
I don't agree. I don't
my-
agree that you can change the world to fit your meaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the whole thing about it kind of like on its own ass, because you don't want to conform to what other people think to compromise yourself, but you want other people to compromise to conform to what you believe.
Hypocritical.
Which is fucking bullshit.
But it's the same way, and I feel that way about everything though. It's not just like
No, 100%. Everything's like that nowadays, and it's such it's
like
the dumbest
religion,
thing ever.
religion. You know, fucking any belief,
religion, culture, sometimes,
race.
like today, they showed it on the news. This one lady was like, we need less black people with like what is it? Less blackface, more black faces with more black voices. But if you don't have a voice for it, get the fuck out of our way. Like
Another thing is that if you do something consciously an X amount of times, you'll start to engrave it into your subconscious. Lie
like
to
they're like,
viewer.
well, fuck you, then you're in the way.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. That said, let me see. Another thing is that if you do something consciously in X amount of times, you'll start to do it. Yeah. So like if you habitually do things, yeah, it becomes part of your ritual. Yeah, that's very true. Like you can unknowingly even sometimes, like you just make a decision once or twice, like almost like whenever you get your daily routine in, whatever that routine is, you start just continually doing it. And that can happen with like bad social things, like you get rejected, so you just kind of like space out and pretend you don't care. I don't know.
No, yeah, I'll agree. Like, 100%. So, like, I think the standard for that is, like, whenever you, for me, at least, in my personal experience, with like, what is it, with a routine, like, because I've changed my routine multiple times, and I'll, like, do the same thing over and over again, so I'm just like, hey, I want to try this out, and then, like, fucks up the entirety of the routine, and I'm just like, well, this is a new thing now, and I don't even, like, realize it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, I used to eat, like, certain things every day, and I used to, like, drink certain things every day, and I wouldn't do it, like, as much as I do now, and it fucked up, and I was like,
Yeah, do
I'll
you...
have a mountain.
I mean, to a point, all humans do this, but I'm just curious, because I feel like you're a very, like... I feel like you do this a lot. Do you stay in, like, a comfort area, like, where, like, you do things that are only comfortable to you? You know what I mean? Like, you don't go out...
No, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, most people do. Like, most people do that. That's not a problem. But I think one of the best things about, like, one of the best ways to enjoy life is by stepping out of that comfort. And, like, just, I don't want to say experimenting, but basically experimenting. You know, just, like, finding new things. But and that one of the like, I know it's such a petty example, but one of the best examples I always use is just like things like trying new foods, you know, just like stepping out of that comfort. You know, you might not like it. In fact, you probably won't like it, but that at least you tried. You know, at least you have an answered question in your book. You know what I mean? There's so many unanswered questions. Answer as many as you can.
Yeah, no, that's true. So I don't look for it, but whenever it presents itself to me, and I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I'm not afraid of it.
Right.
But for me personally, I feel like this is a shitty way to live life, in my opinion. But I do it anyways because I like it. I'm not striving for anything at this point. I mean,
I have to go, son.
I do things
have a
that
good
I like.
night. See you soon.
I do things that I like, and I continue to do them because I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this. I feel morally and spiritually and mentally, physically, and everything sound by doing this because I don't feel like I'm like, this is okay.
Right.
But so I saw this off of a fucking JonTron video, and for some reason it just stuck with me. It was like, he was playing this Pokemon game, and it was like this really bad version of this bootleg game. It was like you gotta put in the time, and it was like no time to sleep too long. It was like you sleep too long. The time said like really bad to translate. It was like, you know what? I think I'm done with this game. This game's starting to judge my life decisions, and I don't need that. I've made it past 18. I pay my taxes. I pay my bills. I sleep late if I wouldn't want to. And I'm like, you know what? Point. I made it past the age of 18. I paid my bills. I'm a member of society, and I do things that I need to do. I contribute to my household. I made sure that my stuff that I need to be paid is paid, and I made sure not to go overboard with my money, so I have nothing. I can buy my own food, and I pay for my own gas. I pay for my own insurance. I feel like if I wanted to fucking sleep, late, if I don't have to fucking. If I don't miss work, I should be able to do it. Fuck that. Just straight flip that table. Fuck you, society. I can do whatever I want. I got judged harshly for that, though. They're like, Andrew, you need to get something better with your life. And I'm like, why? Like, I mean, cool. You can strive for whatever you want to. That's great. But I'm at a comfort zone in life, and I've had anxiety for the past like 10 years. I think I deserve just like a little bit of peace and quiet for now. If I want to do something later in my life, I will. I'm only 22. I have plenty of time, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Unless I just die.
nobody. Yeah, I was gonna say nobody's guaranteed time.
Yeah, so like, opinionatively, I have enough time to do whatever I feel like I should be able to do.
Right.
But if I die by the time if I die tomorrow, then I will die. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a martyr and I would just go out and kill myself, but I'm saying
Right.
if I was to die, I feel like I would want to die doing what I like to do instead of what I
Right.
trying
Yeah.
to like trying to struggle. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I don't know. And yeah, life to an individual is different, you know what I mean? Like, we're not
Yeah.
all gonna find the same things thrilling, and that's okay, like, but some people miss out, and they don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys are all giving me shit eggs. What's going on here? We need to have a council meeting. One of my favorite chickens I have is Barack Obama.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Tell you. Alright. Honey. Oh. Ah. Damn it. Damn it, Russ. You piece of dick. Dude. Just trying to get a fucking mushroom, you know?
I fucking feel you.
I'm trying to decide if I should just eat a glass of milk or drink a glass of milk or eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
eat a glass of milk. Hey, if you can eat a glass of milk, I'll have some mad props for you.
Don't tempt me, dog. I'll do it.
Would you do that for respect?
I'd do it for a Scooby snack.
What was that one meme with Shaggy? It was like, It was like you add something and it's like you do it for a Scooby snack. And it's just like Shaggy giving the most rape face ever.
I know which one you're talking about, I just don't remember what it was called. Got it. Got what I needed. What's up?
Just fucking Adam Sandler and the wedding scene you're playing on my mobile TV.
Got some apple jam! Hell yeah. Supreme boiled egg. So Alex,
Yo,
what's up, dude?
Hey, Alex.
there's an event going on in town where people are building a time machine.
What?
Therefore, it's town is like, so I caught wind that they're building a time machine. Oh, you're excited to see too?
What are you talking about?
Well, Doc and his assistant are presenting their
Oh.
time machine to the people. It's the level 2 event.
The level 2 event? What do you mean?
Andrew, oh, you know the relationship events.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Well, yeah, I've got to download the game on the Xbox first. Well, no.
Oh, shit. Alright. Fucking Puss Meyer over here. Bum, 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 bum. Damn it. Oh, Alex, what are you doing?
I'll be back yet again. But you shot.
Oh dear.
And then
Yay, baby.
So many
you get what's
fucking
going on
references.
here, Andrew?
I think Kyo and Kyoma looks a little different now.
He's black and old.
I mean, it's probably what happens in the next shape.
So Christian,
Yes.
to be honest, one of the main reasons I'm going with Michelle is because everything about her is basically a reference to my favorite anime.
Michelle.
This whole event is a reference to Steins Gate. He's
Oh,
even
really?
like, oh, it's my time machine, name patent pending. And like, the guy's like, it's like, you know, this FC 850 name to be decided. And they're like, do you have to add that to the end of everything? He's like, yes, I do.
Are you talking about in Harvest Moon?
Yes.
No, I was talking about in the anime, comparing it to the game, but just even the way she looks is basically the same as the character in Steins Gate.
Oh.
And I'm just like, it's my favorite anime. I can't not go with it.
I mean, you can.
I mean, I can, but even then, I still just like her.
I ate a fucking mushroom!
He's like, okay, so the time machine works by, and then the little paintbrush, she was like, I don't care, I don't even understand that stuff, so just make stuff go back in time. And he's like, well, I mean, yes, but you know, it separates the particles, and she's like, just make things go back now, now. And he's like, this was supposed to be my chance to show off my intelligence to Carol, but, and then Michelle's like,
Aww.
Doc, our intelligence is too difficult to be understood by ordinary humans.
Aww. He loves Carol, though. He's a sweetie. Have you gotten to that quest where,
That's part of the main story.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Have you already beat
A
the story?
genius must forever live in solitary.
Aw.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you ever did the whole...
It can't be helped. Get over it and begin the experiment. I'm
Hey.
not even sure if they even know that they're being kind of insulting. Okay, they're placing a pumpkin in it. And press this button here. Boop.
Boop.
Oh wow, it sounds like it's working. What's gonna happen next? It's like a microwave. Now we open the machine and voila, the pumpkin has completely disappeared off the face of... Carol's so nice, and it's still here in perfect shape or form. What, I thought it was gonna be something cool. Man, that was just disappointing. Calm down, you two. You know, not everything works out perfectly.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh.
And then my guy just smiled and nodded, and Doc's like, don't be idiotic. This you failing multiple times at milking a cow is nothing compared to this. I'm like, what was I telling him?
What did I do to you, man?
Yeah, I tried to milk a cow once, I grabbed its dick instead. It was... Man, that was embarrassing.
But that was our secret.
I have to get back to the shop, so I'll be going now. Good luck with your research.
Dahlia, what are you doing?
No
Dahlia's,
waste of time, I got all excited for nothing.
Dahlia's exhausted. She's like walking around directionless, purposeless. She like fell down for a second like a drunk girl, got back up and was like, I think I'm cool. I'm good. I'm all good, man.
And then Michelle's just really happy. She's like, oh, we got this now. I'm fired up. And my guy's like, wait. And she's like, don't you know? Success will always come with a history of failures. I'm like, well, that's one way to look at it.
I guess. In 1 second, I'm gonna change Dahlia.
Well, Andrew,
Yeah.
I will be right back again.
Okay.
Alright, sorry. Oh, shit.
He said he'd be right back.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second.